Welcome. You have entered review time with Imperial. We're reviewing today Snowfall Season 2, Episode 5. Let's get into it. So you got this review recap. It's pretty much being promoted as the return of Alvy, who was previously locked up and a few episodes ago, who was Franklin's Connect. When Alvy went down and got locked up, Teddy, which was Alvy's Connect, Teddy went and found Franklin and started doing business with him. Now, Alvy is out of jail. He's upset that he's hearing Franklin has moved on, doing his thing, and he pretty much wants business to go back like it used to, but Franklin is bigger than, he don't need him no more. So he's directly with the Connect. He don't need Alvy no more. So Teddy said he could help Franklin, and Franklin like, nah, Alvy is somebody that you don't want to play with. He, you know what I'm saying? He's not going to take this lightly. So they thought it would be a good idea that Franklin thought it would be a good idea if they both met up with Alvy at the same time and told him what was up. What? Of course, Alvy didn't take it too lightly, but because Teddy offered him a business deal to buy guns off of him, then he instantly, hey, took it as he's still gonna make money. So for right now, he gonna let bygones be bygones with Franklin, because I think he really did like Franklin, but we'll see how that pan out. You had Franklin, who is his mother is struggling with financially, and she won't accept his money to pay off the bills because she knows it's drug money. And her bringing in Franklin's father, who was a old vet who's been slumming on the streets, homeless, on drugs. She was his emergency contact, and she brought him out of the hospital, brought him back to the house. And once he got clean, he started to see the notices that, her bills is past due. She needs help. So he went to Franklin and asked Franklin let him know what's up. But then Franklin, he despises his father, so he's pissed that his father is even there around his mother's house. And he went to approach his mom, which was disrespectful. It's a time and a place for everything. But he went there to approach his mother, let his mother know he didn't feel that she brought that man back in his house. And he could have got her fired at her job. So she came home. She pretty much approached the dad. Why you go say something to Franklin? Pretty much he apologized, but he thought he was helping. So he said he wanted to just leave. She did enough for him. But you could tell that she's like feeling like lonely. And he is company for her. So she pretty much willing to accept whatever he has to offer right now, even though it's not much. So that was that. Then you had Franklin's uncle, who he's in business with, selling the drugs. Ever since his girl, Aunt Louie, ever since she left, he's been going kind of spiraling downhill. And Franklin, kind of thinking maybe his Uncle Jerome is maybe using. But she was like a balance, And like last episode, she wanted access to the safe and all that, to the money. Now, I don't agree with that, but she was a balance for him. Like, she was, because he loved her, she could say certain things to make him like stay on the right track. But now she's not there, so it's more like, he's more keen to spiral out of control. On top of that, she's with her um, her new mate, the woman who owns the bar, can't think of her name, but she's, in love, and she's feeling like she's being treated like she always wanted to be treated. So right now, Franklin went to see her to try to get her to come back, but she's pretty much telling Franklin like, let's keep me and your relationship between us, and come see how I'm doing. I see how you doing, but don't keep trying to come and will me back in. So one can only respect that. In other news, you got Lucia and Gustavo, who have their business running, and you have what's Lucia's cousin named Pedro. Lucia's cousin Pedro, we found out last episode that his girl that he came back with, she's a agent herself. She's an FBI agent or something, and so they're Lucia don't know yet. So they're trying to like bring her in and bring her closer to the family business, which is the drugs. So Lucia introduces her to the pilot who does the transporting for them or whatever. So she said pretty much she gonna use her to get in with the pilot so they can find out who his connected. And so the hitmen who helped Lucille kill her uncle, which is Pedro's father, they shows up because they ready to do a drug transaction. So they're very disrespectful. They don't really respect Gustavo and them. They know they don't really have an army, which is hard to believe. These people are transporting all these drugs and getting money, and they don't have no army. So that's beyond me. So they still in the struggling mode. I don't get that part. That's poor writing right there. So nevertheless, they come in there. They wolfing. They're being disrespectful. And one of the guys pulls a knife to Gustavo's throat. Gustavo, what I failed to mention is Gustavo goes and he sees like a fortune teller. I don't know if that's a relative of his. And they kind of tell him like stuff he need to be watching out for. So at the beginning of the episode was pretty much the fortune teller telling him that it's a snake and be careful with the snake. And when the guy pulled a knife out to his throat, he seen the snake on his arm, and she gave him a chain for protection. So Gustavo snatched the knife out of the dude's hand and stabbed the dude with the knife, and all heck break loose. Lucille got shot in the shoulder with a shotgun, but it was not no slug. Probably was some bird pellets or whatever it was, because it was buckshots, because it didn't it hurted her, but it didn't like hit her in her shoulder. Nevertheless, Pedro's girlfriend pulled out the gun and start letting off, but her accuracy was so precise, and she knew how to use the gun and set off flags. So she helped Lucille get back to health and patched her wound up, and then she left. The minute she left, Lucille pretty much said, yo, she's the cops. There's no way that she knew how to shoot that gun like that, and she was so precise. To get that good at shooting guns, you got to do that all the time, and it's muscle memory or whatever. So pretty much that triggered her to say, and Gustavo to say to each other, well, if she's the cops, then what is Pedro? So it makes it look like Pedro, after season 1, he went somewhere and got wrapped up where he's like an informant, and he's trying to get Lucille's operation to find out who's her connect and all that. So it's getting interesting. It's getting deeper. The writing for Snowfall is okay. It's not the worst. Snowfall is not real popular as I would think it would be. Maybe because it's coming out in the summertime and everybody is uh, tuned into Power, so Power pretty much controls the summer. But it's not as popular as I thought it was when I was hearing about it a lot in season 1. Because I don't hear too many people talking about Snowfall. But nevertheless, that's the recap for season 5. Season 2, episode 5. Tune in next week. Subscribe and like, comment, share the video. We building. Till next time.